raising a whole person, bro.
Yeah,
The
for
trip
sure.
that you mentioned, bro, that we all went on, bro, for my birthday, that was awesome, dog. And I hit a lot of milestones, man. I learned a lot of life lessons, bro. I took a lot of things on the chin, and I embraced a lot of things, bro. So, happy 2022, man. Let's
Yes,
go on to
sir.
2023, man. And what are
Hmm.
you looking forward to, my guy?
Well, to be completely honest, I'm looking forward to another football season because I think this one's over for us. But we'll get to that, Herbie. Herbie, I want you to realize something about the Dolphins. Sorry to shoehorn them in like this, but Herbie, the Dolphins pulled an inside. They pulled a Clive Owens from inside man, dog. These niggas walked out the front of the bank with all the detectives walking in, nigga, because they pulled the wool over the eyes of Dolphin fans, of non-Dolphin fans, of the national media. People were talking Super Bowl. We were talking Tua being an MVP, and all for it to just come crashing down. One game out of 500, Herbie. The 500 gods have won again, Herbie, and I'm not so sure they're finished with us yet. We'll get to that though, but I'm not so sure they're finished with us yet, bro.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like this, I thought you was exaggerating, bro. And again, I've watched the Dolphins. That's even though that's not my favorite team, that's my home team. So I'm very familiar with all the ways that the Dolphins have gone 500. But there's no way that I could have ever foreseen this one, bro. Like this is
Disgraceful, bro. Disgraceful, dog. Like, bro, Herbie, these niggas, Herbie, I want you to think about this. A month ago, 1 month ago, these niggas were the second seed at the top of the division, Herbie. 1 month ago. 1 month. Bro, now, nigga, bro, now we have to put our hopes in the Teddy Two Gloves, bro. We gotta bet on
yeah,
Teddy Two
man.
Gloves to take us
Yeah,
home.
man.
Oh man.
All right,
I
well,
mean,
you took me there, bro. So let's go ahead and get right into it, bro. Let's recap that game against the Packers, bro. And I'm not even gonna call it a recap, bro. Topic number one, man. The Dolphins' second half collapse against the Green Bay Packers in a game where Aaron Rodgers wasn't even that good, in a game where the Packers weren't even that good, bro.
nope.
They capitalized on a lot of mistakes that the Dolphins made, bro. So as a Dolphins fan, as somebody who was intrinsically watching that game, obviously for playoff pictures, for playoff seating, for a whole bunch of things that you needed to be very in tune with that game for. How did you receive it? How were you receptive to the entire game itself, bro? From that 20-point lead to losing 26-20, bro, my guy.
Well, so here's the funny thing, right? So during the game, when the Dolphins were up 20-10, me and my sister, we decided to kind of step out because we were at our mom's and all the OGs were there. So, we ain't trying to do our thing in front of them. So we stepped out, went and got a bottle. And I remember we were up 20-10, and when we were coming back, the Packers had just tied it up 2020. So I got to watch the game from that point on. And I probably stepped out a little before Tua had hit his head. So I had no idea that had happened, right? So I go in, I'm watching the game, Herbie, and how do I put this, Herbie? I'm gonna tell you what I told our mutual friend Gerson. When I was watching the game, I wasn't upset until the last pick, Herbie. When Tua threw that last interception on the second play of the drive to win the game, that broke me, dog. That fucking broke me, dog. I was so fucking mad, dog. And even the things prior, Raheem Mostert fumbling the ball for what? We get an interception just for Tua to throw an interception back. Tua throws another. Tua finished the game with three fourth quarter interceptions, bro, back to back to back. Herbie, Tua, I have no problem saying this. I have no hesitation saying this. He's the best quarterback we've had since Marino. But Herbie, I'm thinking about all the bad quarterbacks we had. I can't remember any of them having a meltdown like that. Now, obviously, we're going to get to Tua a little later, and we're going to talk about, maybe what he might have been going through. But ultimately, Herbie, and I do want to say this. I don't want to forget this because this has been on my mind because I've seen a lot of fans have been giving the defense a lot of crap. And look, our defense isn't good. We are what? A bottom six defense in terms of points allowed. We allow a ton of yards, true. But one thing I will say about our defense, Herbie, if you look at the last four games, they've kept us in every game. The 49ers scored 33 points, but one of those touchdowns came off of Tua fumbling basically at the goal line. I don't even remember if they scored defensively or offensively, but I don't put that on them. So they scored 26 points. The Chargers scored 23 points. The Bills scored 32 points, Herbie, true. But we had an 8-point lead with several chances to put the game away on offense. So at the end of the day, when you look at how our defense, even in this game, Herbie, our special teams, because offensive special teams, they both wear this L, dog. our special teams on Green Bay's first possession of the game allowed 90-yard return. Jason Sanders misses a field goal in between Raheem Mostert's fumble and Tua's first pick, giving them great field position. Because Tua was throwing picks left and right, they had great field position most of the game. If this was prime Aaron Rodgers, they would have dropped at least 45. But we were playing, we're playing old man Rodgers Packers team. So we had every chance to win that. It was one of those games where it seemed like nobody wanted to win, dog. It seemed like nobody wanted to win that game, dog.
That's
And
how it was when I was. Oh, sorry to cut you off, but that's
no, you
me
good,
as somebody. Me as somebody who obviously has no dog in the fight. That's how I was taking it in, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? When it's literally a throw it back and forth. Nobody wants to win this a game, and somebody has to win the game kind of game, bro. That's how I took it,
right.
bro. I was like, neither team deserves to be in the playoffs right now, bro. After what I just saw, dog. But
What?
speaking of the Dolphins defense, bro. So I want to go ahead and I have a couple of the stats up right now, bro, and we could go ahead and talk about it right now, right? So in regards to the defense, right? You guys, I think I want to see y'all 27th right now or something.
27th in points allowed. Yep.
27th in points allowed, bro. You giving up over 5,300 yards. You're giving up 5.4 yards per play, which isn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just the points allowed, dog. Like, it's really the points allowed. So where are you guys in first down? You guys giving up 311 first downs, bro. God damn, dog.
Oh, I mean, look, the thing about our defense, Herbie, is that they've always been kind of like one of those bend but don't break kind of defenses. So they always allow.
But you guys are bending though, bro. You've given up the second most touchdowns in the NFL, bro. You guys are tied with three other teams with 26 touchdowns, bro, or 25. I'm sorry. So the third most touchdowns in the NFL, dog. And I
I mean, Herbie, I'm not saying we have like a low key good defense. They're a bad defense, but my point about them is that I see a lot of people keep wanting to point fingers at the defense. But Herbie, let's think about this: the Dolphins are now 8-7. You want to know what we were last year at this time? 8-7. Mike McDaniel was given a better offensive line. He was given Tyreek Hill. He was given TA and Connor Williams on offensive line, who have both been positive. He has been given. He got Jeff Wilson. He got Raheem Mostert. Like, at the end of the day, Herbie, this is the difference between the Dolphins this year and previous years. The Dolphins this year, my nigga, we just look prettier doing the same shit. We just had a better fit on, dog.
No, y'all literally just flipped it. Y'all were dominant on defense, mediocre on offense last year. Now you guys are dominant on offense and mediocre on defense, bro. But I mean, trust me, and I hear what you're saying, bro. But me just looking at it, right? So let me just go off of where you guys are, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and points allowed by a team, right? You guys are sixth. Yards by a team, you're 12th. Let me see here. First downs allowed, you guys are 10th. Completions allowed, you guys are 4th. But you guys are a heavy man team, so that's it is what it is, right? That comes with the territory, bro. Passing yards allowed, you guys are 5th in the league. Touchdowns allowed, you guys are 3rd in the league. Let me see here. This is the one that is killing y'all though. Like, first downs by a penalty, you guys are 2nd. You're giving up 34 penalties that resulted in the first down, dog. That doesn't help your offense, and that definitely doesn't help your defense, bro. So that's just some of the stats that you guys are having right now, dog.
No, you're speaking facts, and penalties haven't just been a problem for the defense, Herbie. I mean, the team as a whole had 8 penalties for 62 yards against the Packers, dog. Like, we have just been in this 4-game stretch completely, utterly undisciplined. And even though I said that about the defense, obviously the defense hasn't been particularly good. But I give the defense the benefit of the doubt because we're missing almost half our starters plus key depth. That's so true. At the end of the day, Josh Boyer can only do with what he has to work with. Like, people would be like, "Oh, I hate when he makes certain play calls." What play call are you gonna have for this defense, Herbie? That's foolproof.
When is the last time that Byron Jones has even played this year? When was the last time he played?
He hasn't played. Herbie hasn't played a single snap.
That's insane, bro.
He's been on the PUP list this whole season, my nigga. And they kept teasing it every week. Oh yeah, Byron Jones is getting ready to come back. Man, please get the fuck out of here. That nigga ain't coming back.
Ain't no point at this point, bro. Like, what are you coming back to, bro? Like,
you're coming back to the same situation you left last November. So what's the fucking point, dog? You know what I mean? And you know what? I gotta say this for the offense, and I know we're gonna transition to Tua, Herbie.
Yeah, go
but
ahead.
I guess this ties into him too. I gotta say this about Mike McDaniel, Herbie, and he's been a guy that I've shown a lot of love to, much like Tua. Mm-hmm. But on this episode, I gotta be real about both of them, Herbie. These next 2 games coming up against New England and the Jets are about Mike McDaniel, Herbie, because at the end of the day, You were the guy that everybody was crowning an offensive genius. When we were playing against the Packers, Herbie, we were running the ball for almost 9 yards a pop, maybe 9 yards a pop completely. Why the fuck would you deviate from that? Like I don't know if Mike McDaniel was just tired of his days of being a running game coordinator in San Fran, and he's just been cooking up this passing offense he's been waiting to unveil his whole career. I get it, bro. But at the end of the day, Herbie, like he has yet to try to submit to the flow of the game. Like he keeps trying to do things his way. He keeps trying to play like a Madden style offense. Like he's not trying to run plays underneath. This nigga wants to attack downfield. And teams are now starting to use his aggressiveness against us. And, at the end of the day, Herbie, at some point, you got to show, bro, the Dolphins are running the ball for 9 yards a pop. It's 3rd and 3 and you're passing. Like he didn't learn anything from the previous games. And it makes you wonder about him going forward and his ego. And the fact that you're called an offensive guru and Mike Gesicki has not done shit this year, Herbie. And people say, oh, he doesn't block. Herbie, when does it ever matter that a tight end blocks, Herbie? If the nigga can catch and make plays, that's what you use him for. So what if he can't block?
Bro, show me one time where you seen Travis Kelce blocking, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It's
he doesn't block. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Never been in his highlights ever, dog. It's never ever been in his highlights, bro. So I'm with you with that 100% because it's like it's one of those situations right now. Now, granted, and Mike McDaniel's, in fairness to Mike McDaniel's, when it comes to Mike Gesicki, he didn't come for Mike Gesicki. You know what I'm saying? Of course. But at the end of the day, you understand that Mike Gesicki is a weapon. So It's on your job as a coordinator, it's on your job as an offensive guru to use him. That is the difference between making your system work or making your system work for the players that you have. And for the honeymoon stage or the honeymoon period that we've had with Mike McDaniel, we have lauded him for making his system work for the players he had. In reality, he was just making his system work. It just happened that the players that he had worked really well with his system.
Right.
The fact that he has not been able to utilize Mike Gesicki is proof of that. He's not making the system work and highlighting all the strengths of everybody that he has. It just works for the personnel that was there. He saw an opportunity as a head coach, and credit to him, he had to go get that job, right? It wasn't given to him. But he looked at that offensive roster. He saw Tyreek Hill go to the to the Dolphins. He saw that you already had Jalen Waddle. He was like, ooh, wait a minute. I like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, actually, Herbie, I think he's the one who engineered the move for Tyreek because he was hired before we traded for him.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah. But again, that's somebody that you knew could help the system that you already had, right?
Right. Same point.
Because you saw that he had what's the running back that y'all had that he was like, nah, I'm done with you, bro.
Chase Edmonds, man, get the fuck out of here. Get the stepping, nigga. Get out. Dropping touchdowns, can't see the hole. Get the fuck out of here. I love that, Herbie.
But again, yeah, you can't waste Mike Gesicki. Like you can't, especially when he's somebody who you need him. Like he's a counter. He can help counter what everybody is doing now. Like there's no way that Brandon Staley figured this shit out. There's no way that DeMeco Ryans just figured out. Like it can't be as simple as we're just gonna put our linebackers 3 yards deeper, bro. It can't.
Right. It's ridiculous.
It can't be that, bro. Like there's no way. There's no way, right? So it's gonna be on him, dog. It's a learn. Like I said on the last pod, bro. This is a learning experience, and you can only use that as an excuse for so long. Because at some point, are you being a hindrance? Because the NFL stands for not for long, bro.
Facts.
They're not waiting for you to make a counter, bro. Like they're not gonna say, "Ooh, Mike, we figured something out, but we'll give you time to figure it out to counter us." Nah, that's not how it works, dog.
And think about the last 4 games, Herbie, too. The one game where our offense performed, the Bills are a heavy zone defense. They don't run a lot of bump and run. The teams that have focused on bumping and running against our receivers, throwing off the timing, and focused on covering the middle of the field have had a lot more success. The Bills just played defense how they wanted to, and we were able to score 29 points. She really could have scored more. But ultimately, Herbie, listen, the season's not over, right? Like
the season's not over. But you said you so I know that the smoke that you have is not just for the defense, bro. So what I know you got smoke for the offense. I know you got smoke for the special teams, bro. Who you want to attack first, bro? Because this is I know you want to get out everybody.
I mean, Herbie, I'll get special teams out the way because nobody listens to a football show to hear niggas talk about special teams.
Fact.
But I'll say this: the special teams has made one play all year. We had a punt block against the Bears. Where have these niggas been? We haven't been getting great field position. Jason Sanders has been inconsistent. Like our special teams, because we were winning, it was something that we kind of didn't really worry too much about. But that shit bit us in the ass against the Packers. 90+ yard return, missing a field goal, consistently just not being able to make plays in the return game. Like, I mean, the special teams has definitely been disappointing. But Herbie, the offense got to catch this, dog. And I do want to make note of one thing. After Tua threw the third interception, I remember because I hadn't seen him hit his head or anything like that. So I just remember watching that shit and just thinking to myself, like, yo, what is going on with this nigga? And a mutual friend of ours, our homegirl, shout out to the fellow Dolphin fan, Carissa. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're going to be watching this right now, but shout out to you, love. And she hit me up and she was just like, yo, man, Tua just doesn't look right. So, you know, me, dog, I wasn't having it, dog. I was, I don't
Wait, wait,
remember.
wait, 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 wait. Hold on. So let me ask you this first: do you
Yeah.
want to have a conversation about the offense, or do you want to go ahead and move this conversation forward in regards to the Tua concussion? Now I know they're kind of intertwined, but I just want to make sure because
I mean,
they're two
to be
different
honest with you,
conversations to
I,
have.
I think we can lean towards the Tua concussion.